Hello, it's me again. I'm going to warn you, this one could turn into a little bit of a rant, so I'll apologise at the beginning for that. But I'd like to talk to you today about handmade stuff and that verbal pat on the head that we get. Now, I started crafting nearly 11 years ago now, and I started off with scrapbooking and card making. Card making was easier for me in that it was smaller, I could get more done at a time, and it was something I could give away rather than hundreds and hundreds of scrapbooking pages, because I wasn't sure what to do with them once I'd made them. It was just stick it in an album, the album went away, what next? So in order to keep going with my cards, because I'm not super rich, not rich at all, I had to sell some, and I quite enjoyed doing that. It gave me a sense of satisfaction that somebody else liked my stuff. So I sold cards to keep me in stash so I could make more cards and eventually other things. Now, I was selling for £1 because I was making stuff like this and like this. But as my skill level improved, and the quality of the stuff that I was buying improved, I put my prices up. So there was one lady that said, "Oh, but I can get a card for 59p at Card Factory," and my response was, "Well, if you go out the building, turn left, keep walking down the road, just past Debenhams, you'll find Card Factory right there. I'm sure they'll have something you like," and I left it at that. This was a woman that constantly bragged about how much she'd just spent on their dining room table and how much her new wallpaper had cost per roll, and it was £30 and blah blah blah. So it's not that she didn't have money, she just didn't see the value of handmade, I guess. That was fine. But I've noticed that people are willing to spend a lot of money on trainers, shoes, handbags, etc. When it comes to buying handmade, they're like, well, why should I buy it for that much? I can get it for this much in TK Maxx or in Clinton's or where else. That you're not looking at the time that goes into making these items. I get a verbal pat on the head. When someone says to me, "What do you do?" I say, "Well, I work part-time but I also run my own business." And they're like, "Oh, what's that?" It's like, "Well, I make this and this and this," and I'll show them pictures. And they'll go, "Oh, it's your hobby." No, it's something I'm trying to turn into a secondary income. It's not a hobby, it's a business. I have to market it. I have to pay a tax man. I have to get my name out there, build a website. All this sort of stuff has to be done. And it's not just me. I have a number of friends that craft, and they put a lot of time and effort in, and some of their work's exquisite. I'm talking that you can't get better than this in the shops, not unless you went somewhere exclusively that did handmade or really high quality items. And they'll get the same thing. It's that pat on the head, that, "Oh, that's so sweet, that's so cute." It's not cute, it's handmade. It took hours, if not days or weeks to make. You have the thought process that goes into it. Now, at the moment I'm building robots out of wood. They're not going to be robots that do things, they're just functional, they're little storage ones. And I started to think of the idea in October 2015. It took me several weeks to work out what's it going to be for, refining the design, deciding what was going to be used, working out, will this work, will that work, oh, this is a better option, to get to where the final thing's going to be, and I'm still working on it. I've got the parts now and I'm slowly putting it together, so there's a range of videos going on for that. But that's taken months in the making, and that's before I even started gluing anything together. So for someone to turn around and go, "Oh, that's cute, that's so sweet, that's your hobby." Yeah, it started as a hobby, but now it's turning into a business. It's not that little pat on the head I'm looking for. I like when people like my stuff, I really do. But more importantly, if I'm doing it as a business, I need people to buy my stuff. If my stuff's good, buy it. Don't say, "I can get that cheaper at TK Maxx." TK Maxx is mass produced. Everyone else has got the same. For my friends that do cards, and I have quite a few, your stuff's worth more than £2.50 or £1.50. If you go into Clinton's, you're looking at £5 to £15 for a card that they say is handmade. That card will have been made by machine. They'll have got a person to hand assemble certain parts on it. So if someone can walk into Clinton's and buy something that's mass produced, probably not in this country, for a fiver, £7.50, £10, and they will pay that for a card because it's from Clinton's, why can't you buy from someone who did it by hand? Someone who sat and thought about the colours and the textures and how it's going to go together. Someone who spent time learning the skills to do that for you, to do you a one-off that's handmade that no one else has got. Someone who's put their heart and soul into something. So don't pat them on the head. Don't say, oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's your hobby. There are a lot of people who are crafting, who are making real money, who are selling tutorials, who are making chests of drawers or handmade pens or decorating things that can go into your home. Don't just look at it as, I can buy cheaper in the shops. You can't. The amount of time that's gone into a handmade item is a lot more than the thought process that went into some bloke in an office going, yeah, we'll rip that off of the handmade market, we'll make it like for pence, we'll sell it for pounds, we'll knock it out everywhere and there's going to be millions of things. Think about that one-off you're buying. Think about how much did you spend on that last pair of shoes? How much did you spend on that handbag? There's stuff that is probably mass produced. So can you afford more than £2.50 on that handmade card after all the thought and care that's gone into making it? Can you afford to spend on another handmade item? Think about knitted jumpers. I have friends that knit and crochet. They take hours. The wool's not cheap. Yes, it's more expensive than the ones you can buy in the supermarket or wherever, but did that time and effort go into that, or is it just a machine that's set up to run that does it 24/7? Now think about that. So handmade, yes, it might have started as a hobby for a lot of us. Yes, it may still be a hobby for a lot of us. But for some of us, we are trying to turn it into something more. We're trying to turn it into a secondary income because, let's face it, times are hard. So next time you're looking for gifts, think about handmade. Think about the time and energy that went into making that for you. Spend a little bit more. Try and do something to help other people, because we could open more shops selling handmade goods if people were willing to dig a bit deeper and pay us for what we've done. So sorry for ranting a bit. I hope this kind of made some sense to you, but please don't just pat us on the head. And I know you don't literally reach out your hand and pat us on the head, but we do get it a lot verbally. Pay what things are worth, because there's a lot of people that I know, they're putting out cards and other handmade stuff that are absolutely stunning. You can't find anything that compares to it in the shop. Dig a bit deeper, buy handmade, it's more special. That's me for today. Bye.